Breaking news just in today on a topic that we don't often hear about due to the market being so underground. We are talking about black market organ sales and the highest demand the US has ever seen for this illegal trade. As we see the waiting list that is massive in the United States for organ transplant, over 20 US citizens die every single day waiting for an organ transplant to happen, whether that be their kidneys, liver, or even their heart. Now, with the highest demand in the world, 10,000 organs are being sold a year on the black market, with 5 to 10% of organ transplants involving illegal payment methods. But wait, the deal gets more complicated. There's been talk recently about the legalization of these black market organ trades and the stipulations that it would have. Granted, the demand for the market would be legalized at once, but it would also make social workers' job much more difficult since they would be less able to provide legal protection for those who are victims of these heinous acts. Also, if legalized, coercion would go through the roof, with abuses and fraud spiking amongst the vendors. Unfortunately, this is a story as long as tale, and these individuals who get into these acts have often been trafficked in another way previously, whether that be labor or sex. Usually they go into these acts to pay off their debts or because they are deemed unuseful in a different operation, so they have been auctioned to the black market, adding a layer of trauma for social workers to have to investigate and fund on the resource side. It is extremely difficult to identify these communities who suffer from the black market organ trade, since it is so hidden, leaving the accountability to lie on the doctors and physicians of the world who have just been suspicious of these acts. Getting these individuals protected from their pimps is a very long, hard legal battle, but it also has a lot of resources involved, meaning politicians and lawmakers can make choices about funding programs for the most vulnerable. At the end of the day, unfortunately, these individuals are not just willingly selling their bodies most of the time, leaving doctors to be held unaccountable as much as we want them to. Oftentimes, doctors have to deal in black market organ sales, but receive a cut of the money to keep hush and provide post-operative care, making doctors a kingpin in this operation. And whistleblower doctors are at risk, if not only for their own reputation, but with legal issues for their patients, leaving them in a sticky position. There's also major risk to the public with black market organ sales, as it involves major violations of human rights by misleading and even forcing individuals to give up their organs, leading to a violation of personal autonomy. Diving down deep into the social justice aspect of this heinous crime, all these individuals come from the most vulnerable parts of society. Poor people's bodies just become another commodity for the organized international crime during black market organ trades. When someone agrees to sell an organ because putting a price on their body exploits the desperation of the less fortunate, and organs reportedly flow from underdeveloped countries to developed, from poor to rich most of the time. Oftentimes, these individuals are tricked into giving their organs for little to no pay, making it not a true free market when they're having forcible organ removal. Donors may inadvertently impose health risks on the recipients as well, due to concealing adverse health information, since they don't want to rule themselves out, since they usually need the money. This frequently leads the buyers to suffer from future health risks regarding the organs. Organ matching also rarely happens when black market organ trades happen, so usually it will kill or damage the person's body who's receiving it even more than what it was beforehand. This operation not only lies in major countries such as China, Thailand, Taiwan, but mostly countries that involves cartels as well, because people who need to pay up debt with the cartels will sometimes have to pay with their kidneys. Also, where it's common to have bonded laborers to pay off their debt with their kidneys. At the end of the day, unfortunately, black market organ sales is a very hidden criminal act that brings US patients into international borders most of the time to receive this treatment. At the end of the day, all forms of the most vulnerable parts of society, poor people's bodies just become another commodity for organized international crime, and it's out of control. Stop black market organ trades today. Breaking news, weather coming on at 6.